So you'll see here, literally as soon as I come outside, I was heading over to the store to get a few things, and you'll see there's two cars waiting in their driveways with the lights on, waiting for me to come by so they can synchronize the same time exit entry thing and pull out with synchronization. So when I noticed that there, the one on the right started to, you'll see they started to pull out. And I stopped and hesitated just to wait and see, because I knew that they had been given instructions to synchronize it right when I was arriving, right when I was across from them. So, or when I passed by, rather, or just as I passed by. So you'll see they started to gradually pull out, and then they just stopped. And that is because I stopped on the other side of the street to wait and to see if they were going to continue on with it, or if they're going to wait just until I passed and then do the same time exit entry and synchronize it and pull out. So you can see there's two cars there, both of them just waiting with the lights on. And you see the type of weather we were having there. It was just like terrible weather, snowy. And this is at shortly after 10 at night on a quiet side street. So you can see how obvious this type of thing is. And again, I just waited to see what they would do. I sort of stood there and made like I was just checking my phone for a short time to see if they were going to continue. And you'll notice that the one car eventually, on the right, eventually pulls out because it was looking too ridiculous. Both of them were there with their lights on at the two houses, and then just waiting for me to go by so they could do their assignment, which they had been given. And this shows how obvious it is here. And this was right as I came out. Those houses are just off to the right of where the house I live in is located. And so, yeah, just waiting for me to go by. And again, you could tell they were waiting for a text message, because they were supposed to synchronize it with my passing by there. And so again, they weren't anticipating me stopping. So when I stopped, that kind of threw things off, and they were told just to wait. And then finally, when it got too obvious, it became too obvious. You see the car on the right had pulled out there. So yeah, really obvious there that they were given instructions, and they were waiting for me. They were waiting for me as soon as I came outside with their lights on there. That is because there are cameras somewhere, some hidden cameras in the house that I live in, for sure. Because this was timed. They probably, as soon as I put my coat on, had them out there. And definitely they could see when I was about to leave. So, and you'll see in this video how many people, literally, like as I went up to the store there, like half the street comes outside and gets into their cars, and just doing the same time exit entry thing. So there was a lot of people told to do assignments in this particular occasion, and you can see how obvious it is. Look at the weather there, and it's like 10 at night, just shortly after 10 at night. And then, of course, you see the dog walker out in this at 10 at night in that type of snowy weather. He just decided to go out and walk the dog then, synchronizing it right as I went past him as well. He just happened to come out, and like 60% of the entire street on that side all came out and got into their vehicles and just switched on the lights, waiting for me to come by. So that night it was very, very obvious. I mean, they have been doing these same time exit entry things for quite some time, but this was really obvious with the amount of people they had doing it at like 10 at night in the middle, of inclement weather. And yeah, how much more obvious can it get than that? How much more obvious can it get than that? So yeah, you see the dog walker guy, and then you'll see these other folks just happening to come out, get into their vehicles, switch on the lights, waiting for me to arrive, and then doing the synchronization, same time exit entry. Yeah, so you can see, I mean, literally half the street coming out and getting into their vehicles when I go out after 10 at night in the middle of, a heavy snow, basically. How much more obvious does it get? And yeah, you can see from this video here that these people were clearly given instructions to do this. That area typically would be relatively quiet at nighttime. There's not much that goes on there. It's a side street where I live. Very few, very little activity, after 10 p.m. there. So I go out for a walk though, and all of a sudden you can see you can see how much activity there was right away, with people having been given instructions to come out and do these assignments. And it's all about letting the target know that they're being watched, making the target feel awkward and uncomfortable. And they've been consistently doing this since I moved there, and of course they were doing it in Toronto to me as well. But I've never seen it this obvious as it was that night. And again, that was shortly after a few days after I uploaded that video of the cops stopping me. So again, you can see how these type of activities, they have the ability to quickly increase these types of activities as well by just getting these people who are clearly paid to do these things to do their assignments, right?